You know when you're at home and it's nice and warm and you look out the window and it's blowing a gale and pouring down with rain and you think, some poor bugger out in this tonight. Yep, that'll be me. Rain again. Proper raining now, and I haven't got much daylight left. It doesn't help when you hit a false peak either, but I've still got a fair way to go. Keep chipping. The good thing about having ears the size of an African elephant is they're great for shedding excess heat when you need them. Just lift the flaps off and off they go. There we go, snow. That's the first snow I've touched this year. Now you probably can't see me because the GoPro is rubbish in the night, but welcome to the summit of Sugarloaf. And as Dave Outdoors would say, it's as wet as an otter's pocket. Now I don't want to turn my torch on because it'll ruin my night vision, and because there's a little bit of moon trying to shed some light through this clag, I can actually see in black and white, so I don't need a torch. So I'm not going to turn it on just so you can see me peg some pegs in. So I'll see you in a bit if I can find a pitch. I don't think the GoPro will pick this up, but the clouds have cleared now, and I'm looking down on Abergavenny. So one piece of kit that I would never be without in the rain, or I just bring it with me all the time, is this microfiber towel. I have showed it in one of my other videos, but it's just so handy for wiping everything down. So just come in, and I mean it's pouring down outside, all my outside sort of exterior equipment and kit is wet, so just wiping it down, and this towel will hold so much water. Right, I'm finally set up. I ended up being in the pitch black, so I was using the force to set it up because it's pouring down with rain. And the wind was blowing, and as usual the wind chill was quite bad, so I had gloves on, so it took me quite a while. It probably took me about half an hour to set the tent up, but the ground here is pretty solid, so the pegs were going in well, so the tent it feels as strong as a house at the moment. So I'm hoping tomorrow that the clouds will lift and you'll get to see the views. Sugarloaf's not really a mountain. I think it's just short of 600 metres, but it's got some good views up here. So I'm set up now, and for tea tonight I've spared no expense at all. In fact, I'm having 2 courses, freeze-dried meals, and you know that they're quite expensive, especially the 1,000-calorie ones can be, I don't know, £8, £9, even £10. I've come up with my own version from Aldi, and I think the total for this meal, the 2 courses, is under £2. So I'm having one of these pasta and sauces. I think that was 39p. I've got some nuts that I'm going to throw into it. I think they were about 30p. I'm going to put some of this roast chicken in there as well for a bit of extra protein. Then I'm going to have my usual, some instant custard and a syrup sponge. I've also got one of these protein bars as well. So that all come to less than £2. And then for breakfast, I got some porridge oats. Got a couple of snacks there, and I've also got one of those brunch bars with sachet of with one of those cappuccino sachets with the milk and all that in there. So you don't need to spend a fortune on those freeze-dried meals. You can do it for less. And those pasta ones there, I think they take about 8 minutes. But you will need to do them in a pan. I have tried pouring water in the bag and leaving them for about 10 minutes, but they don't absorb all the water and they can still stay quite crunchy. So you do need a pan to sort of simmer them away in. never tried this, you should really try it. It's lovely. It's just a cheap instant custard. You just pour it into some boiling water, and then one of those little sponge cakes. You just break it up in the custard, leave it in there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it heats the sponge through. Oh, it's lovely. It is. You should smell it in here. Gorgeous. Just like being in school again. Actually brought a hot water bottle with me tonight. Might not need it, but I just thought it'd be lovely to have it in the sleeping bag. I'm also storing water in here, which I'll use in the morning, so I'll heat this water up now, put it back in here, and then obviously it'll go cold throughout the night, but in the morning then I'll just pour this water out and then use that for my porridge and brew. Could have got a smaller one. Actually, it's a present off my wife for Christmas, but nothing like a bit of luxury. Right, so that's me for the night. Settled down nice and warm, and I'm now going to do the unthinkable. I got noise cancelling headphones on. We've buffeted now for about an hour. The whole tent, you can feel even the ground is shaking. It feels solid though. breezy. This is windy enough for you. Morning. Ooh. That was the worst rain and wind I've ever experienced while camping. The weather report said gentle breeze. Absolutely no chance. Let's have a brew.
Children in need, and all our favourites featured. Tony Christie is This the Way to Amarillo, playing that especially for the under-13s, Swindon Pumas, Ice Hockey Team, good luck, and bon voyage as they set off on their trip.
Gas is running low now, so I'm having to invert the canister. What's going on the radio this morning? Because the gas is running lower and it's not that cold. I've just inverted the canister there, so I'm on a liquid feed now, which is a good thing about the remote canister stoves in the winter months. As the canister cools down, it freezes on the outside. The gas struggles to light, so if you've got one that you can invert, you can just liquid feed the gas into the burner. If anyone from Hilleberg ever watches this film, please thank Margot Martins, because she is the lady that made this tent. Her name is on the label there. So Margot, your good stitching and workmanship saved my life last night, so thank you from me. strong gusts of wind, but I've never been out where the wind has been so persistent. I mean, it was literally about 6 hours and it just constant with horizontal rain. Unbelievable. I mean, there was moments where I was thinking, do I just pack up and bail out? But fair dues, that tent was absolutely solid. None of the poles bent or anything. I was lucky that the ground was very firm, so when I was pushing the pegs in, I knew that they'd have a good purchase on the ground. So without that, I'd have definitely been knackered. But never experienced wind like that. Unbelievable. And the weather report just says gentle breeze. Yeah. Right, to work now. That's me almost back to the car. So as always, thank you for joining me, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.